Hi, welcome to my live. We're talking about how you can transform clients' wealth mindsets and your options for building the skills to do this. In this, I'm going to teach you how to develop the skills so that you can transform your clients' wealth mindsets and become their superhero. More and more advisors are seeing the need to partner with their clients on helping them understand their wealth mindsets and transform their relationship with money. The industry is also evolving in this direction. We're seeing how users are expecting more and more from their advisors, and as digital offers are commoditizing some of the fundamental aspects of financial planning, advisors who want to continue delivering value to their clients are realizing the need to go deeper with their clients and help them in this transformational level where their clients feel self-actualized. So in this live, I'm going to teach you the main options that are available to you for how you can increase your skills in this area, and we'll also talk through the pros and cons of these options that are available to you. So the first thing to understand is that if you want skills that are truly transformational for your clients, it requires more than knowledge. The key to transformation lies in your relationship with your clients. You probably witnessed this with some of your clients where you see how they've been transformed, and it might be a little tricky to understand why. What happened? Why this client instead of that client? But that's what we're shooting for, is deepening the relationship to the point where you can see the client's vulnerabilities and witness them, and that is where the transformation happens. It's the relational aspect. Developing the skills to be able to build these relationships where there is this vulnerability and witnessing requires a couple things. I mean, it does require knowledge. That is really important. And it requires understanding how and when to apply that knowledge. I would liken this to going through the CFP process, right? The CFP tests candidates not just on knowledge, but it's also the application of that knowledge. This is why the CFP is the most valuable designation in the industry, because we're tested on knowledge and application. And so what I want to share with you here is that as you're building your behavioral finance skills, it is so important to have, yes, knowledge, and also the application, though. Understanding how to apply this knowledge the right way to the right people. What is it we say? Like, anybody can Google, but it's understanding how to apply what Google spits up. That is the magic of being a CFP. And the same thing with being a behavioral finance expert or superhero is understanding how to apply. Most of the behavioral finance options that are currently available focus solely on knowledge acquisition. So you've got a couple options here. One option is to seek out knowledge via books and podcasts. Advantages here are that it's cheap. You can learn at your own pace, right? How fast or slow you want to read books, listen to podcasts, and there's essentially an unlimited amount of information available to you to learn. The cons of this approach is that it's hard to know which information is relevant and which isn't, because there is an infinite amount of knowledge out there. How do you tell which is most pertinent to you? Another drawback is that you're on your own for application. It's up to you to figure out how do you translate this textbook concept into applying it to a real live human being with all of their warts and nuances. And the risk as you're trying to figure out that application, trial and error, is that you might make mistakes on one of your clients and potentially put a real live client relationship at risk, which could impact your practice and your financial well-being. A second option here is you can pursue one of the knowledge-focused behavioral finance training programs. There are several. There's the BFA, Behavioral Finance Advisor. There's a CFT, Certified Financial Therapist. There's a CFBS, Certified Financial Behavioral Specialist. And there are some commonalities amongst these. They all package relevant information for you so that you're not sorting through what's relevant and what's not. They package that for you, which is one of the advantages. And also, most of them are self-paced. Some of them have some timelines you need to follow, but the bulk of it is working at your pace. The drawbacks to these approaches, though, are, again, you're on your own for application. So they're giving you great concepts, whether you're watching videos, whether it's a live presentation, whether it's materials that you're reading, and it again falls on you to figure out how to apply to humans, which again, the risk is then on you as on making mistakes while applying it with your real life clients. Now, there are a couple options available to you that focus on application in addition to the knowledge acquisition. So one of these options that's available to you is becoming a licensed therapist. I mean, if you go this route, the advantage is you're going to develop a very solid foundation on why your clients are the way they are. You'll understand them very thoroughly. And you will also gain hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of experience applying these principles to people. And this is supervised experience where you're getting input. Now, there are also some drawbacks to this approach. Excuse me. One of these drawbacks is that becoming a licensed therapist involves learning quite a bit of information that is just not relevant to being a financial advisor. For example, I can't think of any scenario as a financial advisor where you need to understand how to diagnose schizoaffective disorder. And there's a number of things like that that you would learn going this path that you're never going to use as a financial advisor. Another drawback is this requires years of study and supervised application and costs several tens of thousands of dollars, if not even into the six figures. And then finally, the other drawback is that the licensing rules for practicing therapy and the licensing rules for practicing as a Series 66 diverge in some key ways that, quite simply, make it a compliance nightmare to practice as both a licensed therapist and a financial advisor. Some do go that route, and I have a lot of respect for them because there is a lot of work involved in that and a lot of compliance elements to juggle. There's another option, though, where you can learn both relevant knowledge and get practical application, and that is your fourth option, becoming a certified financial conflict resolution specialist, which is a program that I offer that trains you in these things, and as a result of this, you do gain this designation. The advantages of this approach is that the relevant information is packaged for you. You're learning what you need to be able to build that transformative relationship with your clients, see their vulnerabilities, witness them, and help them actually alter their wealth mindsets in ways that are truly life transforming for them. You also get to learn at your own pace. So when things are busy, like during tax season, you can back off if you need to and forge ahead when you have a bit more capacity. You also gain practice applying principles to real people, yet you do it in a low risk environment that's confidential. Real people you get to practice applying this to, but it's not your clients. And thus, your livelihood isn't at stake as you are learning and building your skills. You also get expert consultation so that when you are ready to start applying it to your real clients, you have consultation available to give you guidance on how to tweak and adjust the principles to the specific situation of this particular client. Now, there are also some cons to this approach, and one of these cons is that this is not an entirely intellectual exercise. It requires a willingness to be introspective of yourself. It's really a key piece to building these transformational relationships with clients. Another con is that it requires a willingness to take risks and try new ways of interacting with clients. So if you're comfortable doing the things the way you do them with your clients and you don't want to try making changes, then this probably is not the approach for you. So in short, as you're looking to elevate your skills to superhero levels where you're really transforming your clients' relationships with money and transforming their lives, there's a lot of options where you can do this through knowledge acquisition. There's fewer options where you can both acquire knowledge and get guided practical application. So a question I have for you is just to consider how much more of an impact could you be having on your clients if you had the right training and you had the right support as you deepen your skills? And how rewarding would it feel to you to hear more and more of your clients telling you that working with you has transformed my life? this is available to you. Send me a direct message and let's learn if you're ready to elevate your skills and transform your clients' lives.